Okay, let's try this again. So, hi folks, this is, well, it's not quite future gone, it's post uploading the last Minecraft Miniventure video gone, after realising, after the having a notification saying upload failed, checking, seeing the video were there, then looking at the video, realising there's no voice audio, because the third party controller I was using, for some reason, if I put the output, audio output on to the TV, which is what I would do when I'm streaming, and have it set automatically so I can hear the text-to-speech chat, doesn't pick up the microphone on the headset. So a video has been uploaded with no voiceover. I did put something in, change the title, I made a quick shot explaining why. I'm just going to quickly make a quick video and go over what was actually said for context. For some reason I can't even go into YouTube video editor and add a voiceover track. I don't know if that's because I'm trying to do it on my tablet, on my phone, and I need a computer or a laptop, which I currently don't have access to. But this is really annoyed me, particularly because obviously there was major things done, but there's no, you needed to hear my voice for the context of what was going on. Oh, and then when I tried quickly doing it a couple of minutes ago, for some reason Realms was down for a bit. So this is not going to be a long video. This is essentially, there's no way I can, this is me putting what would have been a voiceover. Like, I wish I could watch the video or have a way to screen record it and do a voiceover properly, but essentially this is just a context add-on, I suppose, which is, I wish I didn't have to do, but for the context of people watching, I want people to know what was going on. So I now have to essentially put the video like quickly short of what was going on over time, and essentially go why context for that on. Which is annoying because even though I've just recorded this, I have to see what exactly for the context of what we was doing. So to explain, so it's going to be a bit shorter than what we'd done. I'll essentially just go to the areas of the server that I was doing, show, explain the context of that part, and from there. So there's only a couple of main things I remember figuring. So it's just so this context. I wish I could just put a voiceover. It really annoys me that stuff like this happens. And the thing is, it's not like some of the other errors, you know, like where they're recording things properly. It's something I wouldn't have checked because obviously it's set up naughtily. So one of the first things, and I want to point this out because I feel like I should, I pointed out was I was here, I have 2 dogs, and I explained the reason why. So I always name this, I have a dog on any server called Lily because that was the family dog me and my mum and the siblings had at one point. I have a dog called Toby now. My aunt was over the other night while streaming, her dog was called Toby, she requested me asking that, so that's why that. During the time on the video, you wouldn't have been able to hear this, she actually messaged me and I found it quite funny and give her a bit of a reference of that, so that's why that was done. I was then going through and I think clearing glass, which I couldn't explaining that I'd sorted storage out. I'm hurrying through this because it's like through annoyance. There were signs here from Snowy that say requested mending, and I was explaining that I'd already done that. I came out here saying that Riddle's been working more on the tower. We've got like quite a bit of progress on. We have 2 villages and I've been breeding cows just so we can get leather. So the 2 villages are quite good. I mentioned that. Again, I know I'm kind of rushing for it, but I kind of want to put this in a short video. So we've got Carl over here who's trades books. We at the time thought we saw his book and we didn't think that was there, but we was hoping that the second book would be good. It's not, but Ink for one is good, and the third book's generally it's okay. But the real treasure of these 2 is Dave, because Dave trades for 1 leather for emeralds, which is massively great. So that's how we've been using. That's why and as well as Scoot, which is why I was farming. I was breeding cows. My voice is going because I've already tried doing this once. Like a lot of time when I'm recording videos, I take a bit of a break because obviously talking for 40 minutes. I then went over towards Snowy's base after getting sillily lost, thinking it's actually easy to find it, even though he's actually made a path. Showed that his mending books, and I was trying to figure out a pricing and fade through the floor here. See if I can do it again. And discovered a secret beacon. At the time, I thought it was his own beacon, and I didn't even pay any thought. Didn't pay any second thought, thinking, oh, he's done the same. And I said he's done the same thing I've done. He's put like the stained glass. Didn't pay a second thought. Didn't even question that. How has he got a beacon? Went over towards the thing, saying, explaining that he'd asked for 5 mending books. I said I'd bill him later, and then upon that part, I went back to Mr. Riddle's base, or my base. I can't quite remember. Saying talking about another thing I had planned, but I wasn't going to show the video because he watches my videos and he'd see it. Sort of fun. I then also showed off the other small mini prank I was doing, which was I figured out that the mob heads, you can, if you place them at a certain point, you can start them on top of each other, and I was just adding more and more to and seeing how much I could put on till he noticed. Upon then remarking that, of course, he's going to notice. He watches the videos. I think towards some point while going back, I noticed this crater, not this one, but this one, and I thought it was strange, and then it twigged in my head that, oh, there was a beacon here. At that point, I realised that Snowy had stolen one. The beacon Snowy had was a stolen beacon, and got annoyed at myself for not actually noticing it at first. At which point, I went back to Snowy's base, trying to explore for a way into the hidden beacon, and then decided to have a bit of a laugh and joke and explain how much, because for the books it cost me 2.5 stacks of emeralds, because the villager we have for mending isn't as good as mending McStuffins. I even remarked how I was tempted to actually nickname him money bags, so it cost quite a lot, and I wasn't sure how to charge Snowy. Gotta be careful. So I then came and placed a sign down here after failing to find any entrances, and I don't think there is a proper entrance. I think he's just put a leaf, but I can't pass through there. If there is a proper entrance, it's not one I can find. Saying I was adding a 10% increase on chart for the beacon theft, adding 10% increase on his mending book charge. Wasn't saying I'm not actually going to increase the charge by 10%. I'm just gonna, it's a bit of fun. It's like 20 minutes ago I just recorded this, so actually it was more of a half an hour. The video's been up for half an hour. I then went back to his other area and then decided to work up a price, thinking it cost me this much, as well as farming all the cows, getting all the stuff together, doing it all over, which isn't that much, but it is a bit. So I put a price mark, and then I added in that. Let's see, what exactly did I put? Again, sorry, it's a bit rushed. I just kind of want to get this video sorted for context. So I said, mending books as requested, cost breakdown, so like an invoice. Funds used 2.5 stacks of emeralds, which is what it cost me. Labour charge 16 emeralds. Beacon theft charge 16 emeralds, so 3 stacks. So I would have charged him this anyway. As I mentioned, the whole beacon thing was a bit of a joke. So yep. And then I went back to Riddle's, added things, and then this was towards the end. I was basically going through and saying, that's because oh yeah, I missed out a bit. So at one point I'd shown that I was smelting glass and grey stained glass, and I say I can't tell you what the reason is because I don't want to spoil anything. And then towards the end of the video, I also mentioned, like I said, I bet people are wondering what that is about, and I said all I will say is that if you remember some old classic Minecraft pranks, you might get what's going on. It was at that point I realised it won't work, because what I was planning to do, which is a very old, a very classic old prank, is, and it was actually the texture pack that foiled me, was I'd made a load of grey stained glass panes, and on the normal texture pack they are flat square like that. So, but annoyingly, for some reason, because of the texture pack we're on, it doesn't show up like that. So I was essentially going to fill his chest, some of his chest, full of this, and then rename them with no name. So he'd come on, look at his chest, and he wouldn't be able to figure out why he couldn't place anything in. But the texture pack, unfortunately, has foiled my plan of that. I then went back saying there's another secret with the heads. Besides the fact that if you place a head on the ground like this and then place one just above it, you can stack them all. There's another secret I wasn't showing, but we'll show that later. And at that point I was going towards ending the video. Again, sorry I rushed through this a bit. I just kind of want to get this up as a bit of a context add on. Really annoyed that it didn't come through. I sort of blame myself, but at the same time I don't understand why for a third-party controller to not pick up, because it picked it up. I checked my official controller, and that picked both up fine, because I was a bit concerned. But why, if the sound output is coming out, would it not pick up the input, which was set to come from the headset? But there you go. I'm going to end the video here. I just thought I'd, sort some kind of a bit of a context situation for that, because I can't do it anywhere else. So you probably haven't enjoyed, but at least now you have a context for what was going on. Again, nothing I can do to fix it. I tried, but for this time, at this point, folks, I'm gone.